And do you remember telling Emily Allant that you went down to Bethany's room because you heard the door close, the slider door close, that's when you went because you heard the door close? Do you recall that? Let's take a look at this. Officer Payne's report, November 13th. I interviewed Emily Allant, and she said that Emily stated that she and Hunter woke up around 1, and they stayed up watching TV till like 3, at which point they went back to sleep. Emily said she woke up at approximately 10:30. Emily said that Mortensen called her approximately 1:51. And said that, in quotes, last night around 4 a.m., she heard and saw a man, and she and Bethany were locked in their room sleeping. And added she wanted Emily to come over to check the house because she was too scared. Emily also said that Mortensen heard Kiely scream and run up the stairs. A while later, Mortensen came out of her room and saw the man staring at her. Emily said the man didn't do anything to Mortensen. Mortensen said that she stayed locked in her room and heard the sliding door close.
That's
she
crazy.
Ran into Bethany's room.
Big shout out to Lana. That shit crazy.
I asked Emily if she had asked Mortensen why she didn't call anyone that night. Emily stated that Mortensen told her it was because she was intoxicated and didn't want to believe what was going on. Mortensen also told Emily the man was wearing a mask and could only see his eyes and nose.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse, like, for not calling 911. It's no excuse
Emily
for that.
Stated that
big shout out to Lana.
Johnson went over to the house just before her. When Emily arrived, she stated that she went upstairs, but was stopped by Johnson, who told Emily that she did not want to see it. Emily also told me that she saw a knife laying on the floor at the top of the stairs when she went inside. Emily described the knife as being a steak knife. It was later determined that Johnson had grabbed the knife when he entered the house.
Then Hunter Johnson grabbed a knife.
So again, going back to this, which is
when you come to the house,
the interview that took place on 11/13, it was recorded, and it was that something I just find that's just off. Again,
no urgency to call 911,
but it's
no urgency at all to call 911.
It would qualify.
But everybody's terrified inside of that house. That shit crazy.
Okay, so Emily also said Mortensen heard Kiely scream and run up the stairs a while later. Now, again, that seems like it would be Payne's version, okay, because this is written up 1/10/2023. So a while later, like what's a while later? Like what the fuck is that? A while later.
Those reports I even wrote in late.
And saw the man staring at her.
Reports being reported like
Emily stated that the man didn't do anything to Dylan. Dylan said
Yep,
she
super late.
stayed locked in her room and heard the slide door close. That's what prompted her to then go. Once she heard the sliding door close, she then ran into Bethany's room. And now that is just
but then when you run towards Bethany's room,
door was
you acknowledge that
open.
you've seen.
And if the slider though was closed, right?
So if you seen Sana, you knew what was going on. You knew what was going on. You didn't call the cops. You seen Sana on the floor bleeding.
Like Kipler says, Murphy just
probably still alive by the time you went to Bethany's room. By the time you ran towards Bethany's room, if you really took a look at Sana and you seen her in the floor,
we only want to talk about this phone call at 11:51.
You seen them either fighting for her life. She had to be screaming or something.
Because Dylan brings it up in her interview.
Because she didn't die right away. Isn't the report?
I didn't text her at 10:30.
So when you go towards Bethany's room, Sana had to be screaming while dying, bleeding out.
These people would just be asking these questions.
By the time Dylan runs towards Bethany's room, Sana's still alive. So we could only believe that she's still screaming and yelling for her life while bleeding out. She didn't die right away. So by the time she's saying what she said, she had if she admit that she saw Sana Canoro. So if you've seen Sana, you've seen her bleeding out.
Now Hunter,
there's no way that you couldn't see that.
Again, this is the Laker.
There's no way in hell that you didn't see Sana Canoro not bleeding out on the floor. And you didn't call 911.
And Hunter is a student, okay? And he said that oh wait, this is the one that's Hunter taping. Hold on, that's not the one I wanted.
Like, it's heartbroken how these students trying to present a narrative that is being debunked. Like you cannot say what you say, because with the narrative that you're trying to push, it shows you guilt of not reporting this crime on time. Oh, because I was under the influence and I didn't want the cops to see me on that. Like, that's all cap. Like, you can't sit there with a straight face and say that, because no cop that is like a legit cop that is not corrupted and don't have no loyalty towards the Greek life, like, they will not believe that. They will be like, yo, yeah, turn around, put your hands where I can see him, put some handcuffs, and I need to talk to you in the headquarters.
And this is Josie. And what's really interesting about this is
you're not going to tell that story to a cop, and the cop is going to be straight there believing anything that you say, especially when it doesn't it doesn't make sense what you're saying by 11 something, while the cop, when the cops get there by 12 afternoon, when the cops get there,
this person was not able to tell me anything else related to the case.
It shows urgency and that you was afraid, but you didn't call 911. Any cop will literally put you as a suspect right away. Big shout out to Lana.
Saw and heard all the emergency lights and sirens and looked out and saw some of her friends standing outside with white blankets around them. Ava went out and brought more blankets to the people outside to try and help. Ava told me a few weeks ago on October 14th at around 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. rather, she heard what she thought was a male walking up her door and trying to open up the door.